So first of all, I do accept your definition on fairness, which is exactly why your flat tax is not fair, because it puts rich people over the poor people. It's exactly what I was saying. So I'm saying that rich people are treated better under your flat tax than the middle class and lower class people, because the percentage does not affect them as much. And as well, I'm going to summarize the points that we've made. So this flat tax will not improve economic growth because it'll have less jobs and less government funds. According to your Reagan facts, these tax cuts were initially good, but if you actually look at the timeline, after the initial success came the downfall of these flat taxes. Which brings me to another point of all the people in these Estonia and Latvia, all these places that accepted this flat tax, they did take really good economic success in the first few years. But other countries are beginning to realize that it's a failure. Latvia, initially, it proved to increase growth, but in the World Socialist website, the Baltic state was hit hard by global economic crisis. The economy contracted by more than 20%, and in Latvia today, 90,000 more people live in poverty than in 2010. The poverty rate has rose from 14% to 20%, and the social inequality has dramatically intensified due to austerity measures. So, I mean, yes, things happen and then it's all good and stuff, but we have to look at long term, because right now we are in not the best place to start messing around with things that could make our government and our economy much worse, because we're just getting out of we're getting out of a hole. Why go back into the hole? So, okay, and then, so in conclusion, in summary, the fairness and economic growth, that's not going to be fixed by this problem. So, I mean, there are still problems with our taxes today, but they weren't, when we made the tax system, it wasn't because we didn't make it and we're like, all right, we're going to put loopholes, we're going to put all these deductions, and we're going to screw people over, we're going to make it unfair. No, we didn't do that. That is a byproduct of people, not the tax makers, the taxpayers, wanting special treatment because of things that they do, because of things that happen to them. So these loopholes aren't made by the tax makers, they're made by the taxpayers. So therefore, even if we did change the tax rate to a flat tax, and we allowed for one reduction, well, people are still going to be like, I'm special and I want to have more deductions. They're going to find a way, they're going to find loopholes, because they make the loopholes. Tax makers don't make loopholes. So therefore, your loopholes won't go away, they'll just be redistributed and remade. So that's not going to be fixed either. So overall, the flat tax isn't going to fix any of the problems that you've presented with us today. Besides, maybe it's a little bit more simplistic, because it doesn't have 70,000 pages or whatever that ours has now, it just has a few pages. But eventually, after trial and error, it's going to get more pages, just like the one that we already have. So I'm not really sure, there's really no evidence that this is going to be a good thing for us, and therefore we should not have the flat tax, and we should stick to our tax. And maybe we could change ours a little bit. We could take away some deductions like you want, but we're not going to go with flat tax. Thank you.